Welcome, everybody, to the Let's Get Critical podcast. I'm Mr. Kerosene, and joined with me, as always, is...
Ruben.
Zeke Zero.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Bella.
We are the band Frantic Romantic. We make music. We love music. We make music because we love music. And we love sharing music with each other, especially music that we haven't heard before. And we're going to share it with you. So this is why we're all here. I've covered all the basics. Today is a very exciting day because we're talking about a very special, awesome contemporary artist. But I'm not going to explain it because it was not my pick. I'm going to hand it over to Bella, and you're going to tell us about
Laufey.
Laufey.
We're going to butcher that shit over and over again.
I'm
disclaimer.
so sorry.
I am sorry. We're going to fuck that up.
We really tried. We looked up the video to pronounce your name. You said you don't take offense, but we really want to get it right. Laufey. Laufey she does a lot of like jazzy type music. And she released an album this year. Or no, sorry. I'm in 2023 still. It was in 2023 and it was called Bewitched. She's originally from Iceland.
Her mother's of Chinese descent, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And she just has a voice of an angel. It's absolutely incredible. And this album is one of the best things that I've ever heard.
And the name of this album is Bewitched. Mm-hmm. I believe it's her second album. Mm-hmm. It was released on September 8th of 2023. It's already nominated for a Grammy, and the Grammys are coming up on February 4th. So I think this episode is probably going to be after that. So we'll see if she wins.
She will.
The Grammy that she is nominated for is Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. Weird. So we're all wishing her good fortune. I would say luck, but she doesn't need it, right? Mm-mm. Also, she was born in 1999. Wow.
Damn, I gotta do some more with my life. Shit.
You're a year younger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's like, holy cow.
She's already nominated for a Grammy. Shit.
But she was playing with the orchestra like when she was 15.
She was a cello soloist.
Right.
With the Iceland Symphony Orchestra.
If only I had stuck to the flute from the third grade.
She was a finalist on Iceland's Got Talent. She was a semi-finalist on The Voice Iceland.
Wow.
Yeah. And hopefully these facts are true because this is what I found. And the internet sucks when it comes to...
Bjork's all watching our podcast.
It must be right.
That is all lies.
I'll just say general thoughts.
Yeah.
For me, I am so happy that music like this exists and that it's popular and that it's like being seen and appreciated because it's without getting into it too much because we'll get into it in a minute, but it's like nothing is automated, nothing's it's not heavy production on anything. It feels like a musician making an album with a beautiful voice, with musicians, talented musicians, and just playing just straight good music. You know what I'm saying? Just awesome music.
Just
absolutely
reeks of talent.
Yeah.
The whole album.
Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air. I heard it, and again, I think I said it on the Lana album or something. I'm like, man, I'm so glad they make music like this. I didn't think they did that anymore. Mm-hmm. That saying, they don't make them like they used to. Mm-hmm. Well, this was one of the nice little anomalies in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really awesome. I was playing it in front of my wife, and she really loved it too, and she wanted me to share the album with her. And then I played it when I was taking care of my 2-year-old daughter, and she fell asleep to it.
Oh yeah,
so it's
just about to say
it's very soothing. It's very soothing.
It's like cinematic. It's awesome.
Yeah. The other day I was babysitting my nephew, and he always takes naps in the cars. And usually I will play like Billy or something, more chill to wind him down. And I played this album, and I think it was within like 5 minutes he was just out and snoring like a grown man. I was like, oh yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah. I will say, and I'm sure everybody agrees here, this is a very difficult album to pick a bottom three for.
Yeah.
It actually makes me feel bad even like Picking a bottom three?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like you and I said,
I was about to say,
shit,
should we unfortunately get into the bottom
We should
three?
get that shit out of the way.
just-
It's like the silliest shit ever, you know?
And disclaimer, it's not the bottom three. It's just not the top three.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
We can't call it the bottom because there is no bottom on this album.
No, there
truly.
isn't.
I think that's a good way to look at it. It's just
Right.
not the top three.
Right.
Well, that said, eeny, meeny, Zeke. Hey, Zeke, why don't you hit us with your bottom three?
Me?
Yeah, so you don't have to copy me.
Sorry. Damn.
I'm just
Are
kidding.
these your notes? No. Oh man, I'm gonna have to take these off.
Are they your notes? You don't even know what you wrote?
For the audio listeners, Zeke was
Clown,
taking
chicken
off his
clown.
glasses.
Okay, so this is only because I had to pick a bottom three. Every song on this album is really good. I'm sorry, the interlude, man. No, actually, I'm not gonna scratch that. I like the interlude. Man. Let's go somewhere else. Must Be Love. Now it's very calming. I love that song, but just like the material of the other songs, it's about longing or missing the person that you were with. It probably could have been done without, but it wasn't a bad song. That's the thing. And I'm only picking this because you guys are holding me hostage to do this, man. Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self. It brought back too many memories for me. That's the only problem. I related too much to it, you know, because she talks about how like you should appreciate yourself.
Deep ass song, yeah.
Yeah, even if you don't notice, because you know when we're all teenagers, we're all awkward. We're all trying
Sure.
to learn.
We don't have the foresight to know what's coming, you know?
No, and then in retrospect, when you're looking back, you're like, damn, you know, like my acne wasn't that bad, or you know, my voice wasn't cracking that bad, but it's just going through the bumps and bruises, and you'll survive. And you as an adult now, of course, you know you'll survive. It just makes you who you are. Not a bad song. I actually like that song, but it's on my bottom three. Oh man. See, because I made this list and I didn't even make it with a bottom three. That's the thing. I like While You Were Sleeping too. You know, I'm just gonna go with the interlude just because she's not singing on it, but the interlude is really good too. Just the arrangements on it, man. But
She did a lot of foreshadowing in it, right? There's a lot of other pieces of the other songs.
Yeah,
And that's
the
beautiful.
music.
That's a brilliant
And
one.
the composition of it all is just like
It's there.
really
It's like touching
beautiful.
little things here and
yeah.
there.
and it was necessary because man, I forgot what they call it, but back in the day they used to show movies, right? Intermission.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a
It's a leitmotif too, though. That's what they call that shit. That too. Like when you have like it's like a musical piece that kind of goes through the movie. It's usually in cinematic. It's a cinematic trope.
Oh,
It's
okay.
leitmotif. Where it kind of comes back and touches back.
actually-
touches back to other
I
songs.
saw that.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
For our audio listeners, I put my pinky up because we're sophisticated. Le motif.
But every song on here sounds like it should be in a musical, some type of like somber.
Maybe one day.
Cinematic, yeah.
Loufey the musical, you know,
Yeah.
or Bewitched the musical.
I was gonna
featuring-
call her Lafayette, but there's no
Lafayette,
Yeah. It was way off. Way off. But I'm sorry. Those are my bottom three, which is really
You should be sorry.
Yeah.
not because no, dude. And I love these songs.
They're great
I
songs.
didn't want to pick like Haunted. I really love that song. Second best was man. We'll get into.
We'll get into it. We'll get into
all
it.
Getting
that.
ahead of yourself.
I'm sorry.
Let me jump into
I don't
mine
blame
real
you.
quick. All right. So for my bottom three, second best was going to be my honorable mention for the tops. Right? It didn't quite make my top three. I love this song, but it made me way too fucking nostalgic. Like I'm like, fucking, are you following me? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, like for real. Like this is like very, honestly, like I'm just being completely honest. Like this is very much like I experienced this shit like straight up, you know? I coined this term like the silver medalist, you know? Like, you know, that
Yeah.
I was cold-blooded like that. I was like, it's all good. I'm out. I'm your fucking silver medalist. Peace
Right.
out, you know? So hearing this, it's a beautiful song, and I hate to put it on my bottom three, but I guess it just made the feels. That's what it was, you know.
You know what my mom calls second place?
What's that?
First loser.
First loser. Yeah.
So listening to, I
You
get
ain't
it.
first,
It's like,
you're last.
right.
Yeah.
Shit. Brutal.
That's a little shout out there, to Ricky Bobby.
It doesn't make sense. There's third, there's fourth, there's fifth place.
I know Rachel loves that movie, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. From the Start was on my bottom 3. And check this out. This is a real silly reason, right? I feel like when I heard this, there's a lot of cool like technical stuff going on. To me, I feel like this is like what a music teacher wants their music students to play, right? Mm-hmm. When they're teaching a little kid, they hope someday they'll do something like From the Start, right? Because it's got like almost like a samba vibe to it. It's got like all these things going on that are very like much in their repertoire. Like they're like, this is going to make you sound very sophisticated. And that's not a bad thing. It does literally do that to this album. But I feel like maybe that may have been a lot of the influence from the teachers and not so much from the artist. I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
That almost made my bottom 3 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I remember having teachers teach me, you know, I'm more of like a rock dude or whatever. They would want to teach me samba and jazz and bossa nova, you know, as a guitarist.
Nova, yeah.
And I'm like, it's just not really my cup of tea. But they were like, trust me, people will think you're so much of a good, better player because of this. So
there is that like bossa nova vibe.
There is.
Yeah.
It's cool, right? I get it.
That's what I love.
But I feel like it's like what a music teacher would have wanted their student to do. You know, it's like very, very true to that, I think.
I'm going to tell her you said that.
Music teacher?
No, Laufey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to tell her, yeah.
You know, it's a great way to put that too. I was trying to figure out a way of how to describe it. It is very bossa nova.
Yeah.
And it's very like stuff. If I was a teenager, I would be like, what is this, man? You know, but,
Right.
But it's just so eloquent.
It is.
It's just, you
Very
can't
sophisticated.
deny it.
Right.
See, for me, I unless I'm totally mistaken, it's one of 2 bossa nova songs on the album, and I felt like the other one was superior.
Stronger, yeah.
But we'll get into that later.
All right, my 3 is a hot take. I love this song. Don't get me wrong. I love this song. I think she stuck this so much better than the song that it is reminiscent of, because it is reminiscent of another song that ended up in my bottom 3.
Oh,
The song Lovesick. It's a beautiful song. Bella,
I'm listening. I'm listening with an open mind.
hum the song Photograph from Ed Sheeran to yourself.
well, not on the podcast though, because we'll get sued.
We'll get demonetized or turned off or whatever. But I'm saying, hum it to yourself in your head.
Can we play that in the background? Add that in editing.
So when I heard this song, I was like, I love how it just kicks in. I almost feel like there's distortion there, which is like very like unlike this album, right? It kicks into that chorus and it just boom, you know. And then I was like,
what is it reminiscent of?
Photograph
Oh,
from Ed Sheeran. And then I was like, wait, I know that. I know
That's
that
like
fucking melody.
almost offensive.
I do.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't like Ed Sheeran. I don't like
neither.
Ed Sheeran. So I think she
Ginger
pulled this
Demon?
off way better. Way, way better. I honestly. But let's go listen. Go listen
Censor
to
that.
Photograph. Yeah. Go listen to that Photograph and you know. And you know what? Hey, I could be wrong.
I love Ed Sheeran. How dare you?
Like you love
Mike
Nickelback?
loves that song "Shape of You." Nah, just
Hey,
kidding.
dude,
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
nightmare. That whole
I know.
summer
I
was
know.
just,
I know.
it couldn't get away from it.
Terrible.
I know.
Yeah.
So those are my bottom 3.
Okay.
Hot take, because fucking that's a badass song.
All right. My bottom 3. And again, everybody's been saying this, so I'm going to say it too. I feel bad picking a bottom 3 because this is such a great album by such a great artist, and I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to go with Nocturne Interlude because it's an interlude. And conceptually, it just, since she doesn't sing on it, and it's like if I had to pick something, let's pick the interlude. Let's pick on the interlude.
But it's
Yeah,
so beautiful, huh? The arrangements.
It is
It
very
is.
beautiful.
It is.
The one song that doesn't have Laufey in it, you know?
Yeah.
Who's Laufey? I'm just kidding. That was laughing.
Not too much, no.
Second of the bottom 3 is Misty. Because I felt compared to the other songs, it feels a little bit empty. And it's just one of those songs for me personally. I felt like, well, if the song wasn't on the album, I wouldn't miss it. So, and then the next and final of the bottom three is Bewitched. Because I feel as an album, it should have ended with Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self.
That would have been cool.
Should have ended with that song, because that song, like, what a just pulls you by the heartstrings. Let's go out on that note, you know? Bewitched is a great song, but I feel like it almost even kind of retreads Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self, but less effectively. So those are my three.
Okay, lots of fighting words here. Misty is also in my bottom, not bottom, because for me, it's just too emotional. Like, I don't know. It's a bit like just too soft for me. I was just like, okay, we get it. You know, you're in love, whatever. That was just me. That was just my hater take. You know, me being an ass.
We're all haters sometimes, right? I admit it. You got to own that shit.
Yeah.
I'm a hater.
It's okay to hate stuff.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. I'll get carried away. Haunted was also. Right? I know.
But, I hate you hate that.
No. I don't hate it. Okay, let's get one thing straight. I don't hate any of these songs. It was just, you know, that and Second Best also it was just like I couldn't listen to it, you know? It's just like I'm not ready to hear what her words had to say. So I was like, these are just a little too like knife to the heart songs that I was just like, ooh, ouch. So then I had to put them in my bottom, not bottoms, because I can only listen to them a couple times before it starts to hurt a little too much.
Stop making me cry.
Open wounds, you know? Right.
I gotta go to this job.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I can't.
Sit in your car.
I'm like driving over a bridge and I'm like, I'm just kidding. But yeah, those are,
right,
yeah, those are my bottom, not bottoms. I'm so sorry, Laufey.
Was that three?
Yeah, Haunted, Misty, and Second Best.
Okay, yeah.
I kind of agree about Second Best, but my only gripe about it is I felt like it's because it's the second song, right? Mm-hmm. It's the second song on the album, and then I noticed the energy kind of picks up after Second Best.
Right.
And not to say that more energy means better song, but that's why it's middling for me, Second Best.
I think it would have been good, like, more towards the end.
I agree.
I think so too.
Totally
like in the same mix as like Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self.
Yeah, would have been cool right there.
It would have been like a good ending song. And even Bewitched, you know, those three would have been good, like one after the other.
Yeah.
So
the flow would have been a little better, I think.
Right.
With that said, let's start singing some praises.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Because this album.
The rest of the album.
This album deserves much praise. And we'll just go around the circle the way we started with, starting with Zeke Zero over here.
All right, thank you very much.
The king of cool.
Right. Misty was I'm just playing. It's dark. These glasses are really dark here. Okay, Haunted was really on my top three. I loved the lyrics and had a lot of nostalgia to it. It was very, very sad as well. Again, it just pulls at the heartstrings, just like Second Best, which is also on my list. I just had to listen to it. It's almost like peeking into like my painful past, you know. But it's necessary for me to create art to do that once in a while, you know. So, California and Me, man, I love the beautiful arrangements on it, and it feels like it should be in the musical. And I know I talked about that before. It just feels like you could be driving down the coast, you know, and you could be popping that in and not falling asleep to it, but, you know, casually, like, bouncing your head along, you know. Mm-hmm. She's a really good artist.
Yeah.
And I think, man, I can't even put her in her own
category, right?
Yeah. Like, I can't specifically say, oh, she's this, you know. Even though it does remind me a lot about, I don't know. I wouldn't say barbershop quartets. You guys...
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
To me, it gives me like a real Nancy Sinatra vibe, you know? Like, kind of like that.
Yeah, I think that's probably better suited, to be honest with you. Yeah. But every song on here should be on
the fucking top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a hard one to pick.
This was hella hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard, yeah.
Well, what about you, Ruben?
For me, While You Were Sleeping. While You Were Sleeping was such a beautiful song. I love the way it kind of just unfolds when it gets into that chorus. Excellent wordsmith, and the arrangements. The arrangements are really beautiful. They really lend to the melody. I think this sounds like it's years. The writing is years ahead of the age of the artist, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Absolutely.
always something that's so cool when I see something like that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't get jealous. I don't hate. I just think that's cool. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It does feel like an older woman like peeking into
Her younger self.
yeah,
Right?
which is crazy because she's probably experiencing this right now. You know?
It's like Days of Future Past, like from the comics, right?
Yeah.
Kitty Pryde, tapping into young Kitty Pryde, something like that. Whatever, nerd shit, right?
No,
California and Me. California and Me is such a cool, clever tune. It's very. I love the way the story is being told in this. I think that's why it really won me over. For me, I'm not always a big fan of storytelling, but this didn't feel. It didn't feel like I was listening to someone tell me a story. I like literally got like a visual. Like I felt like I was watching maybe a musical, you know? And I think last but not least, it goes without saying, Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self. It's like you said, Michael, it's tugging at the heartstrings. It's something that you get after you've had a lot of time to process some of this stuff. I know for me personally, I needed to go through a lot of the things that I did as a kid and as a young man to have developed the writing skill, being able to put that and channel that into music or art in general. But for me, my medium was music. And at the time when stuff was happening, you don't understand, you're upset, you're bitter, you're sad, you're all these things. And when you're older, it's not that changes. It's just that you have so much perspective, so much more perspective, and you don't necessarily fall into a lot of those things or those traps or those patterns. And I don't know. I think it's an excellent. The way it was written was just beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Those are my 3.
Cool. So I'll just say right off the bat, Haunted. What style of music is that? Is it bossa nova? Is it samba? What is?
I would say bossa nova.
Bossa nova. I think so. Right. I was trying to look it up and I wasn't finding much. But yeah, no. I love that style of song. And, there was a couple tracks on here I think we had mentioned before. There was a couple tracks in that style of bossa nova. I think for me personally, this was the preferred one. And I don't know, it was the first song on the album, I think, because I think it's song number 3. It's the first song on the album that like really stood out to me. Like, oh, this is like some next level shit.
Yeah.
Right. Not to say that the first 2 tracks weren't, because they were delightful, but Haunted was like, oh, okay, we're going off the path here, and we're going to be exploring a bit more. Lovesick, which is funny because apparently it sounds like an Ed Sheeran song, and
in my opinion,
that's a bit of a tragedy for
yeah.
But the instrumentation, I mean, it had kind of like this galloping acoustic guitar. It had an arpeggiated piano. I really loved the descending feel of the chorus, the backing vocals kicking in mid-chorus. It just was like so much nuance, so much intelligent thinking behind like a song like that, where you're weaving all these things in perfectly. And again, for someone that was
born in 1999, right?
Yeah. 23 or something, 24 to do that is like, God.
It's like it's a composition tour de force, like for real. Like when you listen to something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. And then this last one, I would be very surprised if we didn't all agree on this. We'll see if we do. California and Me. She actually recorded this with the Philharmonia Orchestra behind her.
Wow.
And I just love that it's a love story about California and about like kind of the tragedy of leaving California. It does give me a vibe that I'm driving on the PCH, like Zeke had mentioned. But I especially for Californians, like
Anthony Kiedis.
It's a challenge to live here, right?
Right.
It's definitely a challenge to live in California. And I often think about how sad it would be to have to leave California because I love it so much. And I think that this song kind of captured that feel. Because it's a love affair. It's like if you lived in Italy, like you're just surrounded by beauty. I mean, okay, let's not get carried away. But
man, we should play a show in Italy, right?
Yeah. Anyways, those are my top three. How about you, Bella?
I'm going to break some hearts and say that California and Me was not in my top.
Oh man,
I know. What? I'm finally the enemy of the state right now.
No.
The state of California.
I was like, wait a minute. For third, I was a tie between Bewitched and Must Be Love. Those are just on the other side of that Misty was too lovey. It was like those were just so perfect. Like Must Be Love was just, and her lyricism is just insane. And there's just like so much imagery when I listen to those songs. And I think Bewitched was actually an amazing way to end the album because it was like the end of it kind of like, it feels like an ending. Like the song feels like an ending to the album. Second was Lovesick. Lovesick is just an amazing song. I'm obsessed with that song. I could listen to it over and over and it would still be as amazing as the first time.
Take that, Ed.
Yeah, sharing.
Nothing like the Ginger Demon. And then first, my ties were From the Start. Again, that song is just...
Who had that on their bottom?
I had it on my bottom.
Ruben.
I did.
And Dreamer. I think Dreamer was an amazing way to an intro.
Had that old school harmony.
It was
thing.
like,
It was so dope.
it like took a minute to pick up, and then it was just like, wow, this is like, it was like once it did, it was like, oof.
It's like the curtains open.
Right. And it was like kind of like a slow-mo.
Right.
And I just like, I feel like listening to it was like a soundtrack of my life, you know? It was from beginning to end. This whole album is just so full of like the words really, it's like when those feelings that you can't put words to, she found a way to put words to the feelings. And I feel like with every song that I listen to, specifically like From the Start and Dreamer and even Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self, I feel like you could see the parts of your life that those songs related to.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was like holding up a mirror and like really feeling what was being spoken. And I was just like, oof.
It makes you feel vulnerable at times.
Yeah.
Right? That's my second best to me. I was like, hey.
Yeah, some of those songs, it was like almost like self-harm. I was just like, shit. I was like, all right. It's like, that's what we're doing? Okay, you know? It's like, that's what we're getting into today? All right, let me buckle up and... you know, but yeah, it was just, it's hard to pick a top because every song just spoke to me in different ways. But I would say those were the least painful to listen to.
Yeah. Now, with that said, this is getting harder to do. The guilt is just like compiling.
Yeah.
But we got to do it because it's a mechanic of the podcast.
The haters.
Especially this one.
Is there such a thing?
It is.
For this album?
For this one?
No way.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We should dox them.
So
It's
find out their kindergarten secrets.
This is a user review from the Music Board app. Now, the Music Board app is pretty interesting, but I'm not going to get into it because I'm not advertising for the Music Board app. But the title of this review, a little bit of a letdown. 1 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
Boo.
Boo. That one we can boo. That one we can boo.
Yeah.
Or woman. Or they.
Boo.
Boo them all.
Yeah.
Boo them all.
Boo, yeah.
I've seen quite a bit of people talk about this album, so I decided to check it out since I've been exploring jazz/jazz-inspired music. Now, I was definitely blown away by Laufey's absolutely mesmerizing voice, but in capital letters. That didn't stop me from just feeling kind of bored. I think Laufey just isn't for me.
Okay.
They're wrong.
Bella's all, fuck you.
Whoever you are, I have no words.
No, yeah, I don't know.
You're wrong.
It's off kilter. Yeah, I don't know.
No. I mean, I obviously disagree.
This album is a really breath of fresh air, right?
Yes.
I don't know what that guy's talking about. Or
I think
girl.
if you're
trying to play a Nickelback.
I think if you're going into it trying to see it as just a jazz album, though, you're gonna have that idea
If
because
everybody's
there's
telling
so
you
much
it's jazz,
more.
it's not just jazz,
It's
right.
not just jazz. It's not just. I don't think it's like just any one genre of music. I think there's so much depth to this album that clearly that person had the taste buds of a dog.
This album's kind of like
Very
that,
dull.
like that movie where they do the first alley oop, and they're like, "What is that? That's a foul. That's 2 fouls." You know, it's like you don't know.
You just don't get it.
You don't get it. You don't
Those who
understand
get
what
it
you're-
get it.
what
You
you're
know.
saying, yeah.
I will say, if this is a highly influential album for the 20s, music needs it.
Yeah,
Music needs
absolutely.
this to happen to it.
It needs to return to some kind of form of this, right?
Yes.
And it's good that it's not overtly, it's not trying to be controversial. It's not trying to put out a weird
Right.
image. It's all just
Beautiful
pure
music.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
pure
Yeah.
talent. And you got already, I don't want to name out any Sexy Red fans out there, man, you know, but we need this.
I'm not covering my shirt.
We really do need the alternative to that, you know, that ass shaking, skin showing type of music. I'm sorry, I'm all sounding all old right now,
no, but it's true.
but I'm tired of it, to be honest, dude. I am,
Because
I
that
am
stuff is
scared.
antiquated by now anyways.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, it doesn't move me anymore. You know,
Yeah.
when people used to say the F word,
It meant something.
Yeah, now it's just like they throw it out there just because people want to see it. But something like this, you're like mesmerized by it. And how can something like this really like shake you? Think about
Stop,
it. Like
Yeah.
stop showing me your ass. Show me your heart.
Yeah.
Stop shaking it.
that's actually pretty hard.
Just tell me your life story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, I think we've all learned a very valuable lesson today. And I hope our audience did too. We are the band Frantic Romantic. We like to write music, we like to listen to music, and we like to share music that we like with each other and with you, the audience. You can find a bunch of information about Frantic Romantic on our website, franticromanticmusic.com. You can find our music on Spotify and a bunch of other things. Deezer. Reppin' Deezer always.
Yes.
We'll always have news about shows, music videos. Check it all out, baby. We're doing stuff. The Let's Get Critical podcast is a part of the Let Me Listen podcast network. The Let Me Listen podcast network is a very awesome podcast network that has a ton of programming. So so you should also check that out. Same streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, Deezer. We don't even know if it's on Deezer. We're just guessing.
Yeah. Not to be mistaken with the Let Me Have It A network, you know?
That's right.
That's
yeah,
right.
our rivals,
That's
the Let Me
right.
Have It A
Let Me Have It A
podcast network.
podcast.
I don't like those.
Until next time, take care of yourselves and listen to Laufey's Bewitched. Thank you.
Let's Get Critical is a part of the Let Me Listen podcast network. You may find all Let Me Listen podcasts on such websites as Spotify, Deezer, SoundCloud, and other streaming networks. You may find more information about the band Frantic Romantic by visiting franticromanticmusic.com as well as our social media platforms. We're always posting information about concerts, new music, and more. So please, visit us, reach out to us. Let us know if there's any albums you'd love for us to review. Until next time, this has been Let's Get Critical.